Morning, all. So this will be a quick preview news video. There's not a lot going on around the hockey world right now, and if people say, "Oh, you're not talking about that thing," everybody's talking about. Right, everybody's already talking about it, so we all know about that, and we've all seen how that goes. Because in my estimation, everybody's made up their mind on all the big issues, and yeah, I have a large channel, but my opinion won't sway people one way or the other on this. So, that being said, we're going to stay out of that whole fracas, which is, like I said, everybody knows about that. So, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, the New York Islanders can take a stranglehold on Philly, or Philadelphia can bounce back. And really, to me, my eyes are on Claude Giroux and whether or not he can have the kind of game that we know Claude Giroux can have, and he hasn't had yet in this series. There's guys like Konechny and Voracek, and JVR has the capability of putting up a couple goals here and there. But I really think it's going to be, can Claude Giroux get this team over the top? And this may be his last chance to do that as like the captain and the main guy of the team. So we'll see whether or not that happens, or if Barry Trotz continues to coach the Islanders towards what could end up being a Stanley Cup. Sure. And if that happens, then it's not a matter of whether or not Barry Trotz hits the Hall of Fame. It's a matter of how quickly does this happen? Can we make this happen immediately? Because honestly, this Islanders team is good. They have a lot of good players on it. They're well put together. All four lines and all that. But Trotz has got them playing the best hockey I've seen the Islanders play, and I've said this in recent reviews as well since 1984. So Varlamov has also said that he feels he benefited from the extra days off. So the 2 days off they did have, he feels that benefited him. That he had time to get himself refocused after what was a pretty shaky game two by his standards, allowing 3 goals on 10 shots. Now, in the Western Conference for today, we have 2 games, of course, as there's 3 games again today. 6 p.m. Eastern, so 3 p.m. Pacific. This is going to be the first game of the day. There's going to be some overlap between the games today. It's just going to happen. So Dallas and Colorado. Dallas is technically the home team for Game 4. Dallas is up 2-1, but they have to win this game. They're up 2-1. I know they look like they're in the driver's seat, but after what happened in Game 3, if it happens again in Game 4, it's a clean sweep, and at that point, we could be looking at the Colorado Avalanche turning things against Dallas, and it could get more and more difficult to stop them if that happens. So Hudobin has to bounce back from what was a not fantastic Game 3, and just in general, Dallas didn't have a fantastic Game 3 as to playing their style. They played a style that I think favors Colorado. Colorado will absolutely love to play that way. All out, back and forth hockey, lots of offense. I don't think that necessarily favors Dallas. And I'm aware that they managed to knock out the Flames with a lot of offensive output, but that was a different team than Colorado. Colorado was not the Flames. So we'll see how that goes and whether or not Colorado can tie up the series or Dallas goes up 3-1. And again, let me know your winner in the comments section below. Vegas and Vancouver, this is a Game 4 as well. And of course, last night, Vegas, they knocked Vancouver down a notch with a 3-0 win. And I would not be surprised to see Vegas win again. Peter DeBoer wouldn't say last night whether or not he's going to stick with Leonard on a back-to-back or if he'll go with Fleury. If Fleury's going to show up in this series, I would think it's here. If he doesn't show up tonight, if it's Leonard in net, then yeah, Leonard's the goalie going forward. Vancouver's going to need a lot of... they're going to need some bounces. They're going to need to be able to somehow make that home run pass, which Vegas has been able to do with Alex Tuch every single game. They're going to need to be able to do that with Horvat or with Besser or somebody and make it work. But for Vancouver, it does look like they're up against it. And I have to say, too, the amount of scrutiny that Hughes is under, I get it. But people, I think, sometimes forget that Quinn Hughes, he's a rookie. He's a first-year player. They're called rookie mistakes for that reason. So he's going to have a hard time against very, well put together teams with a lot of veterans and a lot of talent like Vegas, because any defenseman would. So yes, his numbers have not been as solid in this round as they were against St. Louis, but Vegas is a better team than St. Louis. I don't think I'm saying anything people don't know by saying that, but Vegas is a better team than St. Louis. And this is the night where if Vancouver's going to fight back and tie up the series and make it a series, it has to be tonight. If Vegas wins tonight, that one's over. Because again, what we've seen in the bubble with these playoffs is that momentum seems to mean a lot more than it necessarily does during the regular playoffs. But again, I've mentioned this before, we have extra days off during the regular playoffs. We have travel days. We have teams in different buildings. We have a different atmosphere. In this case, the atmosphere doesn't change. Yes, there's a different team that may get, last change, and that, may seem all that important. However, Vegas was the road team last night and won their game. Colorado was the road team in Game 3, won their game after Dallas won both of their games as the road team. And so, yeah, and in this series, I think the designated home team is 2-1. So basically, because that atmosphere doesn't change, the building doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the jerseys and who gets last change. It feels like momentum means a lot more. Where it's like, okay, we beat these guys last night. Just do what we did last night. Same building. There's no distractions. Here we go. So we'll see whether or not that continues to be the case in this round, or if we actually get a 7-game series. I'm getting the feeling we may not. That we may just rush through, get a Stanley Cup champion, and done. Now, the reason I'm wearing a Flames jersey is that according to Elliot Friedman, Jeff Ward's status as whether or not he's going to be the full-time coach or just the interim, that is to be decided very soon. I'm leaning towards them probably looking for a different coach just because of how the season ended. I think if Calgary had knocked out Dallas and gone on to the next round, he'd be safe. But I'm not sure now whether or not that's the case. Because if Brad Treliving doesn't want to make big changes to the roster, then the next step is to make a change behind the bench and say, okay, now we're going to get a full-time. Here's Peter Laviolette. Here's Gerard Gallant. Whoever you're going to bring in, bring somebody in and say, all right, this is our guy now. And so starting next season, this is the guy. And then we'll see if the storyline changes. I do want to close off just by mentioning that I've seen some concerns about the channel not showing all of the videos that are on the channel, and you have to physically search for them. Last night's review of this game being an example after I posted this one. I don't know if that's related to what happened yesterday with the copyright strike that happened. I haven't heard anything back on that either. But yeah, my only suggestion, I've never suggested this before, is if you don't have the bell for notifications turned on, maybe do that temporarily while the channel goes through all of this and navigates this. And I've been consulting with numerous people on the matter, and I even tried to contact the league directly myself, because I've had people ask, like, say, well, why doesn't he just get the rights to NHL snippets and clips? I've tried. I have reached out to them many times over with questions along the lines of, okay, so do you guys allow, like, what is allowed, what isn't? Like, I've asked for guidelines. I have never got a peep back. I've gone through their relations department. I've gone through various means and there just has never been an answer from the league. And I don't know. I'm kind of perplexed, because it would be nice if I was able to do just something here and there where I could show you guys, say, this happened in the game last night, let's cue it up, but I can't, and I know that I can't, and so it is one of those things that I have been trying for years to at least find out what the line is, where it is, and all of that, and not again, not because I want to change the channel to something else, but because it would be nice every now and then to be able to show a clip. Not games and all that, just a clip, and say, look at this play. I can't believe this play. And that could be great, it could be bad, whatever it is. But anyways, I think that's where things caught me off guard, because I'm usually pretty good, pretty careful, and I've had people, oh, you shouldn't show on the TV. I know, and I never did. And I think the slowdown, the lockdown, and all of that, I think it's just and I all the stress of this week and all of that, yesterday's live stream was a unmitigated disaster for me. So yeah, that won't happen again. I don't intend to, even once this is cleared up, live stream during games again. That'll just be it. But the other reason for that too is I have a lot of subscribers in Europe, and it's kind of nice to have a live stream at a time where they can watch it. So once I'm able to do that again, that's the plan. And then and in general, we don't talk about the game anyways. We end up talking about fast food and all kinds of other things that aren't even hockey related. So yeah, odds are that's the end of any kind of a live reaction to anything, and we'll go from there. I'll still do like a live stream again, just as long as I'm capable of doing that at the time during the draft, and yeah, we'll go from there. I've had people say, well, you should upload to Twitch. I can't. I don't have 50 followers on my Twitch account. B, I don't have the live streaming and viewing time required to be an affiliate, which is what you have to be in order to upload to Twitch. So it is not simple to just say, well, just go to another platform, because you're going to find that a majority of the people who follow you on a platform like this, they're not going to follow you to another platform. So I did upload another copy of last night's Vancouver Vegas review to the Facebook page for the Hockey Guy. I was talking to Yvonne. We're going to start doing more stuff on the Facebook page for the Hockey Guy as well, and just see, what we're able to do. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video, and for as long as I can, I will be here doing hockey videos every single day, because that's what you guys subscribe for, and that is my job as I see it. I will talk to you again soon.